Most people discover Amazon automation the same way. They're scrolling online, they're watching a video, and then they see an offer that sounds really super clean. Hey, give us $30,000 to $50,000, we'll build a store, we'll run the operations, you just collect passive income, sit back. And if you're a busy, successful business person elsewhere that's just trying to avoid building another job, I understand why that sounds appealing. But here's the issue. A lot of people don't actually understand what they're buying, because Amazon automation isn't one thing, it's a spectrum. Most of what exists on the spectrum are poorly built, misaligned, it can be outright dangerous. Okay? The first major problems with automation is most automation stores and how they're actually run. See, behind the scenes, a large percentage rely on retail arbitrage or dropshipping. That means products are listed on Amazon but sourced from other retailers like Walmart or Target or AliExpress and then shipped only after sale. Now, on paper, that might sound efficient. In reality, it creates constant policy risk with Amazon. Amazon is extremely clear about customer experience and fulfillment standards. And when buyers receive products in other retailers' packaging with mismatched invoices or inconsistent delivery times, that's when complaints follow. Now, enough complaints and accounts get flagged. So when an Amazon account is frozen, it's not just the store that stops. Funds can be held, right? It can be locked up for months. Inventory can be stranded. There's not really a phone number that you're gonna be able to just pick up and call to fix it quickly, right? That's when most people realize like, hey, this passive that I tried, it didn't mean that it was protected, okay? That's one thing. Now, another major red flag is how these companies handle communication. A lot of automation firms require NDAs that prevent clients from publicly discussing results. If a business model works consistently, transparency is going to help it grow. So when silence is mandatory, it usually protects just one side of things. Now, to be clear, not all automation is inherently bad. The real difference comes down to structure and accountability. See, a legitimate model starts with compliance first. So proper sourcing, brand approvals from the manufacturers, clear ownership, documented SOPs, risks being shared, not pushed entirely one way or another, being part of Amazon's service provider network. This is where managed Amazon models, when done correctly, separate themselves from the noise. Okay? Instead of cutting corners to just try and launch fast, they build slower and cleaner. We prioritize account health, long-term supplier relationships, and repeatable system. It's not flashy. It doesn't promise overnight results. This isn't a get rich quick. It respects the platform, Amazon, and the business process. That means, a lot more than people realize. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is, buying into this idea of automation without understanding, hey, there's got to be a business behind it. What are the mechanics underneath it? Amazon is still really the most powerful distribution engine in the world, but it's not forgiving and it doesn't reward shortcuts. So if you're going to be involved at all, hands-on or managed, the question shouldn't be like, how passive is this? What you need to really ask yourself is, how durable is the model? How are things set up just in case things go wrong, and what's going to allow me to scale? Because eventually something will break and you need the pieces in place to grow the right way. That's what we've created at Anopoly. We spent 6 years building out the model, the infrastructure, the warehousing, the people, and the systems and the standard operating procedures to make sure that your business is run the right way.